I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. I want to be there for more people. And I'm just a guy just trying to figure it all out. Another word that's been in my vocab quite a bit lately is the word compassion. Trying to have more compassion for other people, which I think I've found out actually just means having more compassion for yourself. Hey everybody, excuse the poor lighting and poor audio. I am in the middle of figuring some stuff out. And what I mean by that is kind of having a bit of an existential crisis. I'm recording this so that you may be brought into this process, so that if you have a similar process, you can maybe understand what's happening for you. And the process that I'm having starts with, well, here's what I was just writing in my journal. Some fleeting questions that are running through my mind. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Am I making money? Am I making a difference in this world? Am I in a holding pattern? Can I be comfortable doing less than other people? Am I making an impact, or am I just getting by? How do I even make an impact if that's something that I want to do? And what impact do I really want to make? And these same questions are the same questions that keep me up at night. Seriously, like, keep me up. And certain events just bring this to the surface. I had just finished great evening with Loa, and dinner and a movie and a game of Monopoly, as we often play. And then she was asking me about my program, Embodied Relationship Council. And I'm in an in-between period where I don't have clients because the past few clients just finished and we're about to relaunch. But in those moments of not being in the work, being with clients in the trenches, where I love to be, I lose the sense of worthiness and the sense of dharma and impact in the world. And I start to ask myself these questions, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm spending a lot of time this weekend and the past week and few weeks just settling into this home, writing a book. That feels important for sure. I think I'm going to continue to write because when I sit and I meditate, that feels like it's an important thing to do. I don't know how this book is going to turn out. I hope good. I hope impactful. I hope it'll answer some of these questions, but right now it's just such a big question mark. I don't even know how to write a book. I'm just putting pen to paper every day and hoping something meaningful comes of it. And yeah, there's a sense of overwhelm in all of this. And I think it's been creeping below the surface. It's been my mantra the past few weeks that focus equals peace and distraction equals despair. And with that comes a lot of responsibility to be focused in order to create peace, and and like a lot of pressure to not be distracted because that creates despair. And in any moment that I feel distracted from like my ultimate goal, my ultimate purpose, my ultimate service, anytime I'm scrolling or anytime I'm even, playing Monopoly, which is really beautiful. It's like some of the most meaningful stuff that I do is play, games with my family. Somehow, even that, I feel distracted. I feel like I'm not maybe living up to my full potential in that. And I guess what living up to my full potential really means is what I'm trying to figure out. And how to not slip into these self-destructive, self-sabotaging patterns of thinking, well, I'm distracted here, meaning I'm not living my purpose, meaning I'm a piece of shit, meaning I'm further off track from where I want to be. So it feels like it's time at this point in my life where I feel like I'm ready to fully commit to my purpose. And sometimes I don't find myself committing to it. And that's really difficult. It's like my wants, my desires, my vision doesn't match my action and behavior at times. It feels really self-defeating. I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. I want to be there for more people. And I'm just a guy just trying to figure it all out. Another word that's been in my vocab quite a bit lately is the word compassion. I'm trying to have more compassion for other people, which I think I've found out actually just means having more compassion for yourself, because the judgments that I have of myself are ultimately the judgments that I'm going to reflect into the outside world. So those judgments are the judgments that I'm going to project onto other people, even subconsciously. So one of the things is, am I making a difference? Am I making enough money? Am I making an impact? Am I showing up in the ways that I want to show up? And then I look at the rest of the world and I think, are these people showing up in the right way or showing up to their full potential? And I judge them for it. I, as a coach, often conditioned and want to see people's full potential. And I think I do a really great job of doing that. But part of that means seeing where they're not living up to their potential and calling them forward in that, and calling myself forward in that. So I guess for me the key in this is to have compassion for myself and take the action that is aligned with my desires, with my dreams. And then consider, what does that mean? How do I take action in a way that's aligned with my dreams? Well, it sounds big, honestly. It sounds way too big to take on this evening at 9:30 at night, right before I'm about to go to bed. I think if I can take one small step, that would be good, although it doesn't feel like that would be satisfying. It feels like I need to break through something this evening. And I don't know what that thing is. It's like, on one hand, I feel like just being just being, like maybe on one hand, the answer is just to accept this moment of, I don't know, I'm a little lost and I don't know the next step to take, what direction that is. Or maybe the right answer is like just fucking grind. Like the reason you're feeling that discomfort in your own being right now is because there's some sort of higher alignment that you're looking for that you're not in alignment with, but you would like to be. So do whatever it takes to realign to that thing. And as I speak these words, that feels like the more appropriate answer for me in this particular situation. It feels like I need to be bold and be brave and clean some karma. I did a meditation right before this, and I asked my higher self, what is it that I need to do? And the response back was two things. One was keep writing. And two was clean your karma. And part of cleaning the karma was the realization that I had many times in my life where maybe I was out of integrity or I did someone wrong, and I'm still holding on to that in some way from earlier on in life, and it's important for me to clean that by being a good person. And the other way, karmically, that I heard from my higher self that I should clean is by, it sounds really weird, really weird, but I heard from my higher self that in a past life I killed someone, and actually that I killed many people. And one of the ways that I can restore karma in this lifetime is, instead of killing someone, make that up by bringing life into this world, by making a baby. And that's certainly a conversation that Lo and I have been having a lot lately, is about bringing life into this world, and I'm certain we will. And that feels like an impact. That feels like a difference. That feels like meaningful for me to be a dad. It's the only thing I've ever known that I definitely want to be. And yet there's questioning of, is that okay? Is that okay to just live in this home, which, is a beautiful home. I love this house. I love this home. And, make a kid and maybe make some good investments and actually just not work that much. Is that okay too? I don't know. I mean, I think it is, but I think if that's the life that I want to live, which actually it is, as I say it out loud, if that's the life I want to live, then I need to contribute my thoughts, my ideas to the world in some way. And maybe it's this podcast, or maybe it's my writing. Either way, I think I just need to share more. I would like to share more of my my truer self, more of these deeper thoughts. And you know what I really want? I really want these deeper thoughts to be received. I really want that gives me the feedback that my words in writing or in video or however else they're consumed are making a difference in the world. If it's helping someone feel understood in their own experience, or if someone can relate, or I think I've been pretty isolated here in this home. Of course, there's Loa, who's always the most beautiful reflection. But I almost feel like I'm missing some of the outside world. And I'm not sure what the rest of the outside world thinks of me, if I'm honest. I know that Loa thinks the world of me, but maybe she's just completely biased. And it's worth, I guess, putting myself out there more to see what kind of feedback I get. See how these crazy thoughts are received, or if anyone else has anything similar, or if me sharing this experience is helpful. I don't know. I hope it is. Again, feeling a little lost. And I think we all have these experiences of feeling a little lost sometimes. I'm praying that in these moments we can find our way back to our higher self, back to connection to each other, back to just expressing, putting words down on the page or in the camera. And be it, on the camera is kind of a strange way to express these days. Or just weird way to express, period. But these days, it's kind of becoming more normal, is what I actually meant to say. Praying's been helping me a lot. I went through a period of illness and a period of using and depending on alcohol. And for a while, I prayed and asked for help. And didn't come necessarily in an instant, right away, in a flash or overnight, but it came slowly over a few months of help with dealing with the pain that things like alcohol caused, or the pain of what was causing me to drink alcohol. And I think that this is no different. I think getting lost in paralysis analysis and existentialism is painful and suffering, and it's us being disconnected from our mission, our impact, our difference in the world, our dharma, our higher self. And prayer has been a really great tool to not only give me direction, but also just have someone to talk to about that direction. And whether it's God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, or the universe, or just your internal mind from a higher perspective, prayer feels worthwhile. Even if it's just asking for what you want, there's clarity in the mind in figuring out what it is that you want. And of course, when I started this video 20 minutes ago, I had no idea what I wanted. And I just had zero answers. I had a journal here full of questions. And even just asking those questions and being open to receive the answers works. Like, it works. I feel a lot better in my mind state now than I did 20 minutes ago when I started this video. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. This is a vulnerable moment. I appreciate you. If you're watching this, thanks for watching this far and being with me in my tenderness and my beingness being so lost. On the other side of being lost is, a whole new universe. It's like I get lost on purpose sometimes, or at least I do. I enjoy jumping off the traveled path and finding something completely new. And I think when we get too deep in the woods and we're really lost, we can just call for help. Whether that's prayer or a friend or your family or a video journal entry that I'll likely post as a podcast. Asking for help helps. Thanks so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, if you got something out of this, please feel free to leave your comments, like, share, subscribe, all the things. Comments help. Comments are really helpful, just to hear you. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, you beautiful souls. Thank you for listening to the Embodied Relationship Podcast with Braedy Mac. I want to introduce to you a program for those of you who are in relationship, who are potentially married or just in a longer term relationship and might be feeling stuck or uncertain or simply craving more intimacy in your long-term relationship. The program that I would love to introduce to you is my signature program, which is the Embodied Relationship Council. And this is a journey where you get to embark on opening the heart and exploring the power of mindfulness, emotional healing, as well as the science of lasting connection. And it's not just about the spark, it's about creating conscious love that evolves over time and actually thrives with more time together. And so this is a space for a conversation for you and your partner to come together and to experience what it's like to grow together in love and understand the warm, loving embrace of each other's souls. Through the joys, through the challenges, we learn how to overcome all of this through conscious love. So if you're craving a love that really feels like home, a connection that nourishes your heart, I implore you to check out Embodied Relationship Council. And let's deep dive into your soul's growth, your soul's liberation, and the magic of conscious love together. If you're interested in joining the Embodied Relationship Council, click the link in the show notes, and I look forward to seeing your application come in. Peace and love, everybody.